This evening on House and Home, Henry of Origin Gas Talk joins us for more on the Safety with Gas campaign. Norman of PIMS talks up future of education and the level of education. Rosemary of BSB joins us for the April update. It's Besta tuna cakes being cooked up in the kitchen on Cooking with Besta, and it's more great quality buys at affordable prices over at Brian Bell. A very good evening to you all, and welcome to another episode of House and Home. I trust that your weekend has been an eventful one, regardless of the weather. But we'll get straight into the show with Origin Gas Talk and join Henry and Uncle Gasman on more of the Origin Safety with Gas campaign.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on Origin Gas Talk. I am Henry Maipu, your segment host. In our previous episode of Origin Gas Talk, I went through our safety tips when cooking with gas. If you missed out that episode, you can always log on to MTV website www.mtv.com.pg and view the segments from there. We also have printed flyers that are available at our various depots around the country, or you can simply call into our office to collect a copy of the flyers there, as well as flyers from our previous 8-block campaign we've already presented to you on this show. Just also a friendly reminder to residents in Port Moresby, you can also call into Courts PNG and collect a flyer from our Origin house cook that we've set up within the Courts showroom. I've stressed in the past episodes and will stress again that safety is paramount. And we of Origin are committed to being socially responsible by leading this campaign to further and correctly educate our consumers in using gas safely. You will also find and learn from us that gas is safe and easy to use. We continue on with our 8-block safety campaign when dealing with gas. As I mentioned last week, I went through each step by step of our 15 points on safety tips. This evening, we continue on with our safety with gas tips, but this time focusing more on tips on efficient burning. Now, what we mean by efficient burning pretty much has to do with how your flame should look like and how to care for your burner or stovetop as you maintain that quality and efficient burning. Now, there's a difference in the look of flames from a wood fire, kerosene burner, and gas stove. When you have lit your gas burner, your gas flame should look blue with a yellow tip. Unlike a firewood, the flames are hot orange or yellow. Therefore, when you see your flames appear blue with a yellow tip, then that indicates to you that your gas is burning efficiently. However, if the flames are mostly yellow, that's pretty much a sign telling you that it's time to clean your gas burners. And in the moment, I am going to tell you exactly how. Once you're done using your burner, turn off all gas burners, including the switch on the gas bottle if possible, and allow the stove or burner to cool down completely. Now, once the burner has completely cooled and you feel that it is cool to touch, remove the gas burners from your stove, have a dish or even a kitchen sink filled with soapy water and soak the gas burners in it. Soaking the tops of the gas burners in a soapy hot water allows the grease to be removed easier and unclogs the holes from any other food or dust matter. Once they are cleaned, let the gas burners dry completely on a dry, clean towel. Now, this is important. The burners need to be completely dry for it to be effective. Once the burners have completely dried, put your gas burners back on the stove. These are very simple and easy steps, and most importantly, it allows you to keep a consistency on your burner to keep burning effectively for longer. If there are any points you've missed out on, you can always log on to MTV website www.mtv.com.pg to view this segment of Origin Gas Talk again. Once again, as mentioned earlier on, if you'd like a copy of our flyers of these safety tips, please contact our Origin office. Contact details are now on your screen, or call into our Origin depot nearest to you. We also have available gas burners and various other appliances. If you are interested, call our toll-free number 180-2468 or email customer_care@originenergy.com.pg and we can assist you with your gas needs. Thank you again for joining us Hope to have your company again next time on our next Origin Guest Talk episode, where we will continue on our next topic focused on our Safety with Gas awareness campaign. Don't forget to keep an eye out for Uncle Gasman appearance at your nearest LP Gas dealer. And remember, LP Gas, life made easier. Have a good evening.
Very valuable tips there, and don't forget you can obtain all the sets of flyers on the various topics discussed so far from your nearest Origin depot. After the break, we join Norman of PIMS for more on education options and the way forward.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome once again to this, the 18th PIMS episode on House and Home. For the viewers who have been regularly watching and following the PIMS segment, we'd like to thank you for your continuing support. In the previous episode, we touched on the importance of English in schools, a fact that can never be emphasized enough. Ability, competency, and proficiency in English is fundamental and a must in this day and age. The broader and more general term that we use in this context is literacy. Literacy in English, for example, is one's ability to read, write, speak, and comprehend in the English language. No matter what your line of work is going to be, one thing is for sure, you will be required to write and speak in English at some point. Someone said, if you can read and write, you will have real problems living in this world. To continue what he started in the previous episode, I will hand over again to Mr. Bruce Copeland, the teacher in charge of our supplementary mastery learning, Enrichment English at PIMS and the Norman C.K. Institute, NSI. Mastery learning, as the name itself suggests, is for the student to gain mastery over the subject by practice, 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 until practice makes perfect. Research has shown that mastery learning actually improves the performance of students and narrows the achievement gap between different groups of students. Mastery learning is based on the notion, and totally logical too, that if a student masters or has mastery on the basics of a subject, then that student is well placed to go on and tackle the more complex and difficult parts of the subject. Let me not say too much. It's over again to you, Mr. Copeland.
Thank you, Mr. Siki. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Civilization advances by mastery learning. Children practice skills until they master the basics, from riding a bicycle to crossing roads and using a computer. They practice until they master. A child has to learn words, with understanding growing faster than speaking. They master basic words to put into basic sentences. Mummy, ice cream becomes, Mummy, can I have an ice cream? This becomes, Mum, will you buy me a double ice cream with nuts on the top? Children learn the rhythm and music of language. All language is made up of weak and strong stresses. As the child grows, so too understanding of the logical format of English. All English description is a flowchart of steps. A child who writes only baby talk never sees the flowchart in words. Having walked for many hours, he was tired and sat by the roadside, waiting for a PMV and watching the boys playing football and talking to the girls. 8 steps. That's a flowchart. Sir Winston Churchill once wrote, a sentence should fit together like a piece of polished machinery. And that's what we do in mastery learning. Mastery learning helps us to fit sentences together. Practice makes perfect. Children have a wide range of tasks. They read books, magazines and newspapers. They sing songs and write poetry. Today, children talk in rap and hip-hop. They have their own rhythm. Teachers practice students until their writing skill becomes perfect. I knew a teacher who rejected mastery learning in students practicing day by day. He explained a concept once, he said. If the students did not master, they were not listening, and that was an insult to his professionalism. He explained once and tested once. If the students failed, it was their fault. I was too polite to tell him that he was an unprofessional fool who was not earning his pay. Mastery learning in writing requires the student to think through the steps to be used in any complex sentence. Students who write baby talk can never do that. If students are to write complex sentences and not baby talk, they have to take dozens of patterns into their hearts. Only then will they pass the grade 10 and grade 12 written expression exams. Only then will they write job applications that give them employment after they leave school. Then they will please employers by writing polished and accurate reports, business letters and memos. But mastery learning of enrichment English at PIMS and the Norman Seekie Institute helps students apply the rules of writing. Students are to turn baby talk sentences into elegant, complex sentences by sequences of exercises every day, every week. Students gain practice in writing in their own words. We have all been taught mathematics by mastery learning. Every day we completed sequences of mathematical exercises, all categorized from simple to complex and arranged to drill one concept only. This is how we approach mastery learning of writing. Basic patterns. There are now patterns on the screen. Students have to combine these into one sentence. These are exercises for grade 6 to grade 12. All grades start at the start. The next 60 are called Peter, Paul and Mary patterns. Peter, Paul and Mary. Patterns on the screen have been selected from 300 other patterns to range from simple to complex for this presentation. That becomes, I saw Peter, Paul and Mary. I bought apples, oranges and bananas. These are the very basics to lay the understanding of how to set a sentence out. Now we're making it a bit bigger. He opened his eyes, he smiled, he went back to sleep. Or, pulling out the first he, opening his eyes, he smiled and went back to sleep. She looked out the window, she saw a ship, it was on the horizon. Now there are words repeated there. She has been repeated. One of them has to come out. She looked out the window and saw a ship on the horizon. Or pulling out the first she, looking out the window, she saw a ship on the horizon. The chicken was killed, cooked and eaten. That's a list of 3 steps: killed, cooked and eaten. Now in good mastery learning format, we will follow that up with similar exercises. The man was arrested, charged and put in the cells. We follow that up with, he drew a picture, looked at it, crumpled the paper and threw it in the rubbish bin. 4 steps this time, and now they get a little bit harder. There are 2 he's in this sentence. There were a number of they's. Now we have to pull them out. Let's pull out one he. He looked out the window and watched the boys sitting under the tree, eating their lunch and talking. Or, looking out the window, he watched the boys sitting under the tree, eating their lunch and talking. We have to take 4 simple sentences and combine them into one sentence. And we keep going. If students are to master writing patterns, they have to be given maximum support by the teacher, who takes students down through the exercises in any sequence. The work proceeds in lockstep manner. Teacher demonstrates. Students complete the first solution with help from the teacher. There may be 2 to 3 exercises to follow that the students can now complete. The teacher stops class work and takes the students through the solutions. At the discretion of the teacher, the students may do the next 3 patterns. When a new pattern comes, the process starts again with teacher demonstration, student practice and teacher support. This goes on until the end. The next day, the teacher demonstrates for the benefit of students who have forgotten, and the work goes on. When all patterns are mastered, the teacher can have students revise. At the teacher's discretion, the students may complete 10 patterns at a time. Grammar is taught in mastery learning, but only to explain the structure of sentences. There are teachers who think they teach English through exercises in nouns, verbs, adjectives, and tense. These are only useful as a tool in mastery writing. Good night to you all.
Thank you, Mr. Copeland, for further enlightening us on mastery learning. In closing, as in any study, there are no shortcuts to gaining good grounding or mastery of a subject. You just have to put your head down and keep at it, and keep at it. In English, students just have to keep working hard on writing, speaking in English, and reading, and lots of reading. How many students actually do any sort of reading these days in this mobile phone and gadgets era? We probably have lost that reading culture of the past. And to all you students out there, my own experience at school. I did a lot of reading while at school with a dictionary always by my side to help me find the meaning of new words each time I come across them. I built up a long vocabulary list on my own, which I must say has benefited me to this day. You'd be wise to start doing the same. Once again, I thank you all for your attention tonight. A big thank you again to Mr. Bruce Copeland for joining us and further enlightening us and informing us on the topic of mastery learning. We hope Mr. Copeland can do this a few more times. Till we meet again in 2 weeks' time for another PIMS episode, it's good night to you all. Have a safe and good week. Thank you.
After the break, Rosemary updates us on all the latest on BSP products and activities.
BSP is expanding the largest branch network in the South Pacific with new containerized branches. New ideas, new technology, new service. Where it's needed, we go where the other banks don't. Wow. To the most remote regions in PNG and the South Pacific on a mission to bring banking to the people. BSP's containerized branches. BSP, it's how we bank.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to BSP's segment. Tonight, we begin with the launch of the Book Belong Pikinini Library in Goroka. BSP has partnered with Book Belong Pikinini in improving literacy rates in Papua New Guinea. This partnership is aimed at promoting education among children and ultimately will play a part in improving access to education in PNG by developing a culture of reading from early age as 3. Under this agreement, BSP will build 7 Book Belong Pikinini libraries around the country. The first library to be built was opened in Lae in 2003 and is located at Unitech. The Goroka opening is the second library under this partnership. Other regions include Manus, Medang, Kokopo, and NCD. Another worthy and life-saving project that received support from BSP was the Katim Na Halivim Pikinini project initiated by the island's petroleum in Rabaul. BSP supported with a donation of 3,000 kina to Islands Petroleum in support to this project. The project is now in its second year and has brought in pediatric experts from Australia, and together with local doctors, they ran a marathon of surgical operation in Kokopo. The operation ran for 7 days and they conducted 46 complex surgical procedures. Hundreds of children benefited in this worthy project this month. Now, still on hospitals, during the long Easter weekend, BSP staff both in NCD and Lae extended Easter celebration to the sick children in the Port Moresby General Hospital and the Engau General Hospital in Lae. In Port Moresby, the staff visited 120 beds in wards 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D, and E, while in Lae, 44 beds were visited. in wards 4B and 4C. There were smiles all over the children and their caretakers when receiving little gifts, including Easter bunny eggs. The children in Port Moresby General Hospital were further delighted to see Tura, the 2015 Pacific Games mascot, walking through the wards, meeting the children and handing gifts to them. Another worthy project which BSP staff participated during their free time is the Community Project Initiative. This month saw 7 projects approved to commence, bringing a total of 29 projects approved and currently working. The 7 projects for this month include Lorengau. They will construct a volleyball court at the Prince William Oval. In Buka, they will refurbish a basketball court and construct a grandstand at the Huyujena Oval. Over in Goroka, they will renovate the grandstand at the Goroka Rugby League field in Lopi. And in Kiunga, they will renovate a basketball court and build benches at the Kiunga Vocational School. In Boroko in Port Moresby, they will upgrade the mini multi-court and construct a mini grandstand at the St. Peter's Primary School at Erima. So this year, our strategic business unit will also participate in delivering a community project. This month, we had Finance and Corporate SBU who will be renovating the Vabukori Health Clinic. Our team from the Operations SBU will renovate the Mary Safe House at Kaugere. And our big group from the Retail, Paramount, BSP Cap and Treasury will reconstruct the Scouts Association Training Hall at Konidobo. So far, we have had 6 projects completed and handed over to the respective communities around the country. Now moving into the Super V store rollout for this year, where SVS plans to roll out 3,000 Super Village stores throughout Papua New Guinea. Kuido Trading in Lae Morobe Province was opened this month. Since BSP's partnership with Super Valley stores in June 2003, both teams have worked tirelessly in ensuring that the recipients of Super V stores receive the necessary training to enable them to successfully run their business. Through this partnership, each Super V store will become a BSP agent, enabling them to benefit from BSP's Smart Business Package, electronic banking solutions, but more importantly, assist in delivering BSP's banking solutions right at the heart of communities where they are. BSP, together with the NCDC Waste Management Division, the 2015 Pacific Games team, and members of the Cricket PNG all joined hands to mark the World Earth Day 2014. The 2015 Pacific Games mascot, Tura, also took part in the event to show support and emphasize to city residents to help clean the city in preparation of the 2015 Pacific Games. Students from Ted Diro Primary School, St. Michael and Hagara also took part in the cleanup event. This small group were part of more than 1 billion people from 190 countries who took part in activities to commemorate World Earth Day. This year's World Earth Day theme is Green Cities, and BSP is proud to take the lead in this event in Port Moresby to reinforce the important message of keeping our cities clean, green and healthy. Now moving into sports, the Papua New Guinea Swimming Inc. received their annual support of 80,000 kina towards developing the country's next generation of swimming champions. BSP brand ambassador Ryan Pinney was on hand to make this presentation and also encourage the young swimmers to strive and aim high in their competition. The program covered under the BSP support is the Kundu Silver and Kundu Gold Intermediate and Target Squad program, which is aimed to give young swimmers the opportunity to progress further in competitive swimming. In Lae, the game fishing national titles also receive a continued support of 25,000 kina as a platinum sponsor to the 39 national game fishing titles. The famous cash prize of 100,000 kina also added on to this event for the first angler that lands a marlin weighing 250 kgs or more. We have come to the end of our segment tonight, but before we go, we have for you the 2015 Pacific Games update. Preparations among the 22 countries for the 2015 Pacific Games is also gaining momentum. New Caledonia will be sending one of the largest teams to participate in the Games. And as part of preparation for their team for the 2015 Games, a delegation led by New Caledonia's Olympic Committee's Secretary General and Chef de Mission Christophe Dabin visited Port Moresby as an advance party to prepare logistics and gather information required to assist them prepare for the Games next year. New Caledonia Olympic Committee Director Michael Quinton explains the purpose for their visit.
The main purpose is to have the first contact, to see the different venues and to answer questions our sports people will ask us to solve and to have the answers. Second thing was to organize the logistic of our team for next year, so car rental, accommodation, etc., etc. Yeah, we will have a big team to challenge Papua New Guinea. So we have about between 350 to 370 athletes. Last time Papua New Guinea organized the games in 1991, it was a great success, like a really well organized games. So we wish and we are sure next games will be the same and even a lot better.
That was the director of New Caledonia Olympic Committee, Michael Quinton, and his delegation, who have gone back with more insight about Papua New Guinea and what is to be expected of them when they come back in 2015. Our next update on 2015 Pacific Games will be in June, where we will look at the development on the Games infrastructure in the country. Well, viewers, that concludes our segment this evening. Thank you for joining us. See you next month. Until then, good night.
BSP is expanding the largest branch network in the South Pacific with new containerized branches. New ideas, new technology, new service. Where it's needed, we go where the other banks don't. To the most remote regions in PNG and the South Pacific, on a mission to bring banking to the people. BSP's containerized branches. BSP, it's how we bank.
After the break, if you're looking for that perfect hi-fi sound system for your homes, then join Bill on a trip over to Beltronics and check out all the latest in power sounds modified with Bluetooth, USB and ST connectivity, MP3 and more.
Hey, hey, Mr. B.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to another Brian Bell segment on House and Home. I'm your host for the evening, Bill Neal. We all know by now that Brian Bell Beltronics department is where you can find all of your audio and visual needs. Technology is changing at a rapid pace, and so too is the younger generation. They become more aware and savvy on how to use and apply these new technologies, which are evident in your iPods, iPads, tablets, smartphones, phones in general, and internet. Electrical products are also changing due to these trends, including new features on products that weren't existent 5 years ago. In tonight's segment, I'll show you which products Brian Bell's Beltronics department supplies. They are affordable products that incorporate new technologies and perform well. I know this because my customers, they tell me. Now, technology and our Beltronics department go hand in hand. Hence, a lot of our products there incorporate new technology. But I want to use our speakers and speaker systems to showcase how Brian Bell have quality products that are tech savvy, affordable, and very effective in what they do. Our first speaker is a StarVision product. It has 2 speakers and comes with USB and SD connection, MP3, a powerful bass, Bluetooth. Customers like this product because it is compact, so it's easy to carry around. The sound it emits is clear and not crispy. The balanced bass enables this. The biggest thing customers like about this stereo is that it is remote controlled. It can work wireless on laptops, iPods, iPads. Typically, students come in to buy this stereo. Our next speaker has all of the same features: USB and SD connectivity, remote control, Bluetooth, FM radio. Customers like this product because of its price. You see, at Brian Bell, we know our customers. We know how they use our products, and we buy products for the PNG market. We're a PNG-owned company that understands Papua New Guineans, and that's why Brian Bell products are popular. This next speaker has Bluetooth, auxiliary inputs, USB and SD connectivity. Customers like this product because it has wireless options. Apart from the size, customers like the sound. Gaming consoles can be connected to this speaker as well, and smartphones and mobile phones also. Customers comment that for the price it has a massive sound system. It is very popular with our customers because of the quality sound produced. A quick story. A young couple came into the Beltronics department and walked straight over to where the big sound systems and stereos were. When Clive, our sales staff, played his USB on one of these speakers you just saw, the couple quickly turned around to see where the sound was coming from. They were pleasantly surprised when they saw that this little speaker had such a good sound. They learned a valuable lesson that day that saved them a few hundred kina. Bigger doesn't necessarily always mean better. Sometimes good things come in small packages. Our next speaker is popular because of its style. The design is appealing to many customers, as is the price. It has inbuilt FM radio, auxiliary input, USB and SD connectivity, MP3, wireless connectivity to PCs, mobile phones and music players. Next up we have the Star Audio multimedia speaker. It has 5 speakers as well as USB SD connectivity, LED display, hi-fi sound. It has dynamic sound and a remote control for ease of use, FM stereo and an equalizer mode. What's an equalizer mode? Well, what this does is with the press of one button, the volume drops dramatically rather than gradually. Could be helpful in specific circumstances. The last stereo that I will show you tonight is this here multimedia speaker. It has Bluetooth, USB, FM radio, SD card slot, massive sound booster, 2 system support speakers. Customers prefer this product because of the wireless speakers and the massive sound it produces. With its bass boosters, the equalizer is very accurate and controls the powerful bass well for a better sounding experience. Like the stereo I showed you previously, it too has a support balance mode. As you can see, these products have similar features which cater to our customers' thirst for improved technology. You have an iPod, so all your songs are on there, or a laptop or a tablet, no need to burn to a disc. If you have just Bluetoothed your favorite playlist from your friend's phone, don't worry because all these products consider these issues and provide an option for you to use it the way that it best suits you. The products we buy cater to the PNG market. The stereos that I have just shown you tonight are stereos that suit different customers. Some people like to play music for a big party. Others prefer something handheld so they can take it with them wherever they are. Others need the option of having a control. Don't always think bigger is better because the trend with technology is that better is getting smaller. Asking our helpful staff for assistance will ensure you get the most appropriate product for you. We understand what you need, we know how you use our products, we know which products excite you, and we buy these products with you in mind. That's why great products, great prices. That's Brian Bell. Bill Neal signing out. See you all next week. Good night.
Best price, best quality, guaranteed at Brian Bell.
Right on, Mr. B.
Gosh, if you love your music loud, then you're definitely not going to be disappointed. While watching that, I was thinking back to the days of tape decks, vinyl records that were the in thing when growing up. Then came the Walkman days, which took over the boom boxes, and the CD decks got introduced. And now the iPods, playing music direct from your flash drives. How much technology has evolved over the years, and it's still evolving. Well, I hope there's a sound system perfect for you there if you're looking for one. Thanks again, Bill, and we look forward to next week's Brian Bell segment. After the break, we join our Besta mum Miriam in the House and Home kitchen for cooking with Besta, making Besta tuna cakes. See you soon.
It's the tastiest tuna in a can. It's the new Besta tuna chunks in 185 grams, packed with 100% premium white meat goodness. The finest export quality tuna is now available nationwide in oil and brine. Besta tuna chunks and Bestia, proudly PNG made.
Good night, everyone, and welcome back to another Cooking with Besta program. For tonight's recipe, I will show you how to prepare Besta mackerel cakes. In front of me, we have 3 whole potato mashed, half a cup flour, 2 eggs beaten, half a cup minced onion, half teaspoon pepper, half teaspoon salt, 2 tablespoons lemon juice, half a cup cooking oil, and our main ingredient, besta mackerel in oil in 155 grams. So firstly, we add in our mashed potato. Add in our mackerel, flake it up, add in our minced onion, our egg, lemon, our salt, and pepper to spice it up. We mix it all together. Mix that up again so all the ingredients are mixed or combined well. Remember, I have used the besta mackerel in natural oil to prepare this recipe. Now that our mixture is done, we light up our pan, add in our cooking oil, so we can just use our hand to do or make shapes. Add it inside the flour for coating. So let's just add it into our pan like that. You can never go wrong when cooking with besta mackerel in oil. It's a very easy recipe to prepare, and you can make all sorts of shapes for your children to enjoy. Okay viewers, our patties are now ready to be tanned. Nice and golden brown. Leave it to fry until the cakes are evenly cooked. Okay viewers, our besta mackerel cakes are now ready to be served. And here you have it, besta mackerel cakes. Thank you for watching and hope you join me again, same time next week on House and Home Cooking with Besta. It's better, it's besta, pride of PNG.
It's the tastiest tuna in a can. It's the new Besta Tuna Chunks in 185 grams. Packed with 100% premium white meat goodness. The finest export quality tuna is now available nationwide in oil and brine. Besta Tuna Chunks and Bestia, proudly PNG made.
More on House and Home in a moment. Next week on House and Home, we join Chef Barry for Zena cooking up a favorite recipe of our executive producer, 5-spice Zena chicken with garlic. Dr. Arby talks more on mental health. Also in our kitchen, our Besta Mum Miriam makes a mouth-watering Besta tuna crostini, and Bill Neal takes us through the aisles of Brian Bell once again for more great quality buys at affordable prices. We've pretty much come to the end of the show. Just a reminder to you all that Mother's Day isn't too far off, Sunday the 11th of May to be exact. So I've given you all a bit of a head start to start thinking about how you're planning on celebrating Mother's Day and what to buy for your mothers. I noticed in some shops a variety of Mother's Day gifts have been made available on the shelves, but you can also be just as creative and come up with a basket plan of your own and draw up a hamper of other assortments. Just an idea. And if you're planning on doing something wonderful on Mother's Day, get adventurous and go out to a great picnic site and have a day out. Enjoy the fresh air, just a thought to share. Well, this is where I'm going to leave you. Remember, don't just think healthy, you need to live healthy and enjoy more of the outdoors. Until next week, from the House and Home crew and myself, it's good night.